Hello, everybody, and welcome to more Zol's Monster Lore for Witcher. I'm Zoro Chaos. I'm going to be your host of talking about Living Armor. Living Armor is a type of monster known as an Elementa. Elementa covers golems and this monster, so I hope you enjoy your stay. We are going to cover the stats, the lore, and everything else. So let's get on to it. The skill base of the element of this monster is Awareness 14, Wilderness Survival at 13, Rolling at 16, Athletics and Stealth at 10, Physique at 16, Endurance and Courage at nada, Intimidation at 10, Resist Magic at 14, and Resist Coercion at nada. Armor is based on the armor used in its construction, because this was made. Regeneration is nada. Resistances are based on armor used. Immunities to poison, bleeding, charm, fear, stun, and coercion. Susceptibilities, Elementa, oil, and Dimeterium bombs. Dodge base is 12, reposition base is 10, block base is 16. You get a bounty of 400 crowns. Loot is 1d6 divided by 3 for 50 essence, and infused dust. As well as that whoever kills it gets whatever the armor was, any weapons it has, or items it had. It's medium and simple, so a party of at least 4 people can deal with it pretty easily. It's feral intelligence and night vision senses. Intelligence 1, Reflexes 8, Dexterity at 6, Body at 8, Speed at 4, Empathy and Crafting at 1, Will is 4, Stun, nada, Run 12, Leap 2, Stamina? Nah. Encumbrance 80, Recovery at 6, even though it's useless, and HP at 60. Height and weight based on the armor. Environment around ruins or mage towers, solitary or in pairs. Commoner superstition, education DC 12. You don't see these that often anymore. I guess the cost of manpower's gone down or the cost of good armor's gone up. Hey, might be both, come to think of it. Back a few decades ago, living armor was all the rage. Mages would be whipping up bodyguards made out of the finest armor to parade around town. Living armor itself ain't the toughest combatant, though. Can't think for themselves like a proper flesh and blood soldier. The trick is, you gotta hit them with a Dimeterium bomb. That'll dispel the magic and you can rip out their golem heart. Rolf Casimir. Sorry, Rolf. Lore and behavior. Monster lore D6 16. Or Witcher training around the same DC. Living armor is an ingenious invention created centuries ago by an unknown mage and spread throughout the known world on the strength of its premise. Rather than hire a fallible human, elf, dwarf, etc., and outfit them with armor and weapons to guard you or your possessions, you could just animate the armor. The armor will be inexhaustible, comparatively cheap, and most importantly, eternally loyal. You never have to worry about a suit of armor, living armor wandering away from its post for a drink, falling asleep on the job, or stabbing you in the back for the promise of better pay. And so for a while, suits of living armor became very popular among nobility and the magically gifted. More reliable than a living guard and cheaper than a golem. Many suits of living armor still stand watch over noble bedchambers, mages' laboratories, and ancient tombs. In combat, a suit of living armor is drastically different from a mortal opponent. They wear normal armor and wield normal weapons with the skill expected of a soldier. They are capable of unleashing a flurry of attacks which may prove dangerous, but in the process, they inevitably damage their own shell. When fighting one, Dimaterium bombs are a good option, but they do not dispel the magic, only slowing the armor. The best way to kill a suit of living armor is to open its torso armor with an ablating weapon and shatter the golem heart at its center. This will instantly kill the living armor. So his attacks: Fist, attack base 16, type B for bludgeoning, damage 1d6 plus 2, reliability is 15, range nada, effects nada, prof 2. Vulnerability: Golem Heart. A suit of living armor is held together by a golem heart suspended inside the chest by magic. The golem heart cannot be targeted. However, when the torso armor of the living armor is reduced to 0 SP, the golem heart is exposed. The next attack to strike the living armor's torso hits the heart and reduces the living armor to 0 HP. So think of it as like the golem heart is like 1 HP and hitting it instantly kills it. But it is a very much, you need something like a mace or something of the sort to reduce the SP to 0. Vulnerability: Dimaterium Bomb. When struck by a Dimaterium Bomb, a living armor becomes disrupted and sluggish. They're incapable of using their overreach ability and take a -2 to all rolls while in the area of the bomb. Ability: Living Armor. A suit of living armor is made up of 3 pieces of armor, and each location has the SP of that armor. Living armor cannot wear armor, but it can be upgraded with armor enhancements and glyphs like any other suit of armor. The SP value of the living armor does not heal with the HP of the armor, but can be fixed just like regular armor. Additionally, living armor is unaffected by the restrict vision effect. If the SP of a living armor's limb is reduced to 0, that limb is considered severed and is useless to the living armor. There's a lot of armor, so it's very hard to parse sometimes. A suit of living armor is inherently skilled with all weaponry and has a skill base of 16 with all weapon skills. Ability: Weapon Master. When a living armor is wielding a one-handed weapon, it makes all attacks with 2 Roth. When it is wielding a two-handed weapon, it makes all attacks with 1 Roth. Overreach. A suit of living armor can sacrifice 10 HP on its turn to make a single extra attack roll with a weapon they are wielding. If using this ability would reduce the living armor to 0 or fewer HP, living armor dies after making the extra attack. So you can, with this ability, decide, instead of spending stamina, I'm going to sacrifice 10 HP to make an extra attack with whatever it has, with a 2 Roth. And it could use any weapon or 2 Roth. And it has 60 HP, so you could make combat really fast by using 2 Roth times 2. So it's actually very easy to make this a quick fight if you really want to, or if your party are using ablating weapons. Now it's very important to consider that this is a monster that does not get double more damage, does not take silver damage. it can be killed with regular weapons, as long as one of them is ablating and targeting specifically the chest. Anyway, that's all for living armor on the category of Elementa. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Next time we're going to do some more monster lore for completely different monsters. I hope you enjoy your stay. I'm going to be covering every single monster type within The Witcher, and I hope you enjoy that. Ta-ta and cheers.